everybody. Friday the 22nd of August, and another day in my daily diary of looking after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. Yesterday, as you know, Angie went back to the daycare centre. I got a good few hours off, really relaxing afternoon. Just chilled really. After I'd done my diary yesterday on the promenade, I just went for some dinner. Got myself a sandwich and a toasted tea, panini thing, and a cappuccino, and just chilled all afternoon. Then I went picking Angie up at 3:15. She was the last one there actually. Sat there waiting, but she was being pampered. They said she was asleep till about 10:30ish. Then woke up and joined in as best she could with the singer and that. She ate all her lunch. They had to feed it for her, but they really mashed it up because I'd left them the paperwork off the salt team, you know, so they know what they're doing. But he said, Olivia said they really properly mashed it all up for her. She ate it all. Again, the fish pie and veg and mash. And then some sponge pudding and custard afterwards, and she ate it all. And even for tea, I did as a veggie breakfast: egg, sausage, beans, tin tomato, mushrooms, onion, hash brown, and she ate it all. And that was only about 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, just after 6 when she finished it. And she ate sort of 80% of it by herself. I just give her the last few bits just to finish it off. So I don't know where she puts it all, you know, but she's still losing the weight. It's at least it's keeping the energy going, you know, because there's nothing wrong with her appetite really again. And yesterday at the day centre, they said she'd had a head massage. Maxine had given her arm and hand massage and put some cream, some cocoa butter cream, you know, give her a good massage. So I think it was Olivia did her nails for her. So a proper pamper afternoon for her. Do her good. And just being with her, you know, in and around women, you know, should be conversating much, but at least she'll be there while the others are conversating around her and talking to her, you know. So I'm glad from that respect. Then I picked her up. I said, and we just come home then. I got some bits of jobs done round, you know, what needed catching up, bringing the washing in and stuff. And then we had our tea. And then the fun started again. She didn't want to get washed and changed, and then she wanted to go to the bathroom. So I took her to the bathroom. Well, this was about 6:30ish, just after the tea anyway, 6:45 maybe. So I got her washed and changed and got some, you know, clean pyjamas on. And then I said, do you want to go and sit in the front room or back in the dining room, watch the TV back in dining room? So I said dining room, which was unusual, so I took her back in there and I carried on doing what we're doing. Next thing I heard a thud. So I goes back in the dining room. She's trying to get out of the chair. To do what? And she leaned forward, grabbed the wheelchair, but fell over. Now that's exactly what she was doing that time when she ended up with that big massive hole in her forehead. I put it on one of my little video things. Massive big hole, size of a 50p, and she was doing exactly the same when she did that. So she was on the floor, she'd banged her head, so she got a big lump here, round about here on the side of her head now. So I give her a couple of painkillers for that. She kept rubbing it. And no, it weren't cut or anything. And it's like, Angie, what are you doing? You know, you did this last time, we ended up with that big hole in your head. Did I? You know, and you think, like, it's pointless, you know, you can't reason, you know, and chat to it. They're the brain's not normal. It don't remember stuff like that. So I said, what were you trying to do? Go to the toilet and get washed. I said, yeah, I'll just wash you and change you. You're all clean. No, I'm not. So I just said, all right, well, we'll do it again in a bit. Just sit there. So, she said, well, I want to, so I took her to the toilet. This is only, remember, what, 15, 20 minutes after she'd been to the toilet. So, get sat on the toilet. Right, I'll give you a few minutes, see what you want to do. Carried on. I was trying to make the bed. I'm trying to make a bed up, you see. So, next thing, he heard a load of kerfuffling, and so I goes in and she's stood up. She's holding onto the radiator again and stood up, but she's feet are slipping. And luckily, I got in there just in time, otherwise she'd have fell over again. Done nothing. I said, right, come on, let's get you out. I'll get you in front room. She hadn't done anything on the toilet, she hadn't had a wee or anything, so gets her in front room, gets her on do you want the recliner, the feet thing coming up or not? No. Right, so gets her all steady, goes back out, finished, I can hear her all kerfuffling again. Goes back in, she's trying to pull the lever to get the feet thing out on the recliner. Right, let me do that. So I pulls that out, and then she's quieting down for a bit. I get bobbing in. You alright? Take me to the toilet. I said, no, Angie, you've just been a couple of times. You've been since, and you're not doing anything. I want to go to the toilet, and that's what you were like. So I said, no. I changed the subject. Here, put your TV on, it's got Emmerdale or whatever, something was on. Yeah, put this on. And she sort of distracted her a little bit. Then when I'd done, I'd finished and got my shower and got a made us a brew and brought the brew in. And sat down. It was sort of just gone 9. And then she's trying to get up forward as I'm bringing the brews in. Angie, what are you doing? She sat on the end of the settee, but the recliner feet thing to recline is still out. So she's like that, Rocky, trying to push it back in. What are you doing? I'm trying to go to the toilet. I want to go to the toilet. Right, so come on. So I gets her up, takes her to the toilet, leaves her 10 minutes. No, nothing. Now this is what she used to do. She used to do all this, up till probably about 9 months ago. It was constant. He'd go anywhere. She wanted to go to the toilet and she'd sit on the toilet. Sometimes in the house, sometimes she'd sit there for 20 minutes and not do anything. It's a psychological thing. I said, Angie, for God's sake, I hope you're not starting all this again. No, so anyway, so she didn't do anything, so I got her up, put her back in the front room. And then it was about, 10:30. And she's leaning forward again, reaching up to get a wheelchair. Angie, what are you doing? I want to go to the toilet. So I just said, no. I said, you're not going, I'm not taking you to the toilet. I want to go to the toilet. I know, you've been a few times explaining to me. I'm going to the toilet. A bit sort of sharp and nasty like that. I said, well, if you do, you're going to have to go on your own. And she was struggling and faffing, and she ended up sliding off the settee, sitting on the floor, slid to one side at one point. I said, Angie, look, you nearly banged your head on the coffee table. And she's got hold of the wheelchair by the wheel, she's pulling it towards her. That old determined, strong Angie was there, really. I said, what are you doing? I'm going to the toilet. I said, you're not going to do it on your own. I am. I said, right, well, I'll leave you to it. Kept watching her. I kept watching her. She was really going on, and she lay on her back at one point. I give her 10 minutes. I said, right, Angie, listen. Let me put you on the settee, or you're still being stubborn. Stubborn, she said, just like that. Oh, right, okay. Right, I'll leave you to it. See if you can get yourself to the toilet. I said, no, I'm not doing it. And this went on for 25 minutes. And then she just lay down on the floor. And I knew she was giving up then. So I didn't give her the option. I just said, right, Angie, come on, let me sit you back up. She just said, take me to the toilet. I said, Angie, no, it's not happening again. I said, I'm not allowing this to kick in again. This is the only thing we used to fall out over. You go to cafes and stuff like that and spend all our time sat in the loo waiting. I said, I'm not allowing it to happen again. It's not happening. You don't need the loo. I know you by now. And plus, remember, I know she's taking these tablets now to curb the amount of urine wee she's passing. So, you know, it's not as much. So I know. Anyway, so she sort of ignored me. I'm trying to make a conversation with her. She just kept, you know, just turned, didn't even look at me, didn't acknowledge me, didn't give me a thumbs up or down. You know, give me a thumbs up or down. Nothing. So it was, she'd fell out of me. I thought this feels like old times, years ago. We sat on couch, not speaking to each other. Oh, I know. Anyway, so after a while I knew she was going tired. I said, right, come on. I said, I'm tired. We're both going to bed. Come on. So she didn't disagree with me. So I got up. I did actually turn the TV off. Got her in a wheelchair, took her in and got her in bed. And I just went in and did, you know, turn things off and put things away and washed a few pots and got her tablets and stuff ready for the morning and for today, and then I went and got in bed. By that time she was asleep. She was properly asleep. Rolling and no rolling, all that I'd done, so it was only like 10-15 minutes. So yeah, so I got in bed. I thought, oh, that's good. Anyway, and I went to sleep pretty quick. Then at 2:20, I thought, it's straight. You just get a strange feeling. I look, so leans over, because the bed's lower than mine now, not in bed. So shoots off out of bed and she's on the floor, dressing gown off the back of the back of the door. Hers, both of mine. She'd pulled the uke out, so what she was doing, trying to get a dressing gown again, but she grabbed mine, pulled the uke out of the door, and there he was on the floor with her. And she come on, so sits her up, changed again because her t-shirt was wet through, her arms were soaking. I'm changing out bedding again, and changing her, putting fresh nightwear on. Got her back in bed, so this, you know, getting up for 3 o'clock by now as I get back in bed. Then that was it. Then I was just I felt like every couple of minutes I was checking on her like that, and I got up. It was about 7:10. Breakfast. Went in at 8 o'clock to give her the tablets, and she was half hanging out of bed again. So I don't know where that's all coming from again. So, you know, again I changed her, took the bedding off, and got her back in bed because the carers are coming, getting her up at 10 to get her washed and dressed, and then so it's not, we're still going to get out, but I'm going to go. We've got that bungalow to view at 4:45, that 3-bedroom thing. We'll take Angie's sister with her, and then with us. But I'm going to go over to a respite centre that's been recommended by a few people. I tried ringing them yesterday afternoon, but it just kept going. Sorry, we're busy on the phone. I'm probably ringing at mealtime or something, or wrong time. Anyway, so I'm just going to have a drive over there today. Just me and Angie will go over and have a look, see what they say, and then to all intents and purposes, it's supposed to be a really nice place. So yeah, I'll do that today, and then meet Marilyn's sister at our usual 2 o'clock-ish, and then go view that bungalow. So fingers crossed. Yeah. So weather's a bit overcast. There's a bit of a breeze. Still got my shorts on. The shorts don't come off till at least the end of October. Put them on the end of March, early April, and that's it. Right through till the end of October, August, October, November sometimes. So yeah, I'll do another one tomorrow. I'll go and make my coffee now before make Angie's breakfast before the carers come. So as per usual, please do your following me, press your like button, comments, etc, etc. Forward these videos on. So for now, that's me. I'll see you tomorrow. You take care now. Bye.